Well, I'm known as the grumpy vlogger. I'll gripe and complain longer. Please do me the ado and kindly view me on YouTube. Well, I'm known as the grumpy vlogger. I'll gripe and complain longer. Please do.
Okay, well, that started off bad. Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Grumpy Vlogger Show. Okay, if you notice, I got a background here for Halloween because this Thursday will be Halloween. So, can everybody hear me? I hope. The commercial was supposed to come after that, but obviously it didn't happen because one of the things that happened was, I'm pushing buttons. One of the things that happened was I was putting in this background and a couple other things I was going to do for Halloween, and all of a sudden I decided I better save before I lose it all. So I did. I shut it down, restarted it, got ready to, and it always brings up two blank inputs. Okay. Sounds all right. Good. My sound is okay. Excellent. Hello, Drone Life Harsey. I will get to, but anyways, what happened is when I went to open it, what I did instead was I clicked save and I wiped out my whole original set. Fortunately, I was actually building this one when I had started building this last week and didn't have time. So anyways, here we are in the new set, and this is the way it's going to happen. So things aren't completely in place, but this is what I was actually working on for tonight. Well, the background, and then this little thing right here. But instead, I had something along this line. I had a squirrel moment. But anyways, the show is going. Now, guys, this show may not be real long tonight. I have, it's that, where'd he go? Anyways, because I sat all day up at the VA hospital, those of you who are veterans and have had to go to the VA, you know what it's like. So I've sat up there all day, got my teeth cleaned, got blood taken, had to fill up the little cup, all them wonderful things you got to do at the VA. And then I had to wait an hour. But the good news is I lost weight. I actually lost 8 pounds, so I'm still 25 pounds overweight, but hey, at least I'm not 35 pounds now, Yeah, that was me when I was a few pounds lighter, yeah. But anyways, this is sort of the Halloween show, and cheap coffee, well, yeah, but I'm actually drinking some of the leftover that I had. Our VA has a Starbucks, and that's the only time I ever get Starbucks is when I'm up there. And I get the grande or I just say the large one. I don't know why they got to call it give it a frou-frou name. Just call it small, medium, and large. That's what I asked for, the large. And so I got me a mocha cafe espresso. And yeah, thanks, Jim. To be honest with you, I figured I was going to gain weight, but I noticed I've been pulling my belt up a little bit tighter, and I thought, something's not right here. So I have lost weight, so that's good. And as far as anything goes on the Judy front, we won't know anything until Friday. Yeah. Thunderbird, that's funny. Yeah. He loses weight every time. And let me start out, let me go right to the top and welcome everybody here. I appreciate everybody who's come in tonight. Old guy, Mitch, uh, thank you. Glenn, thank you. Chris Hope, I'm glad you showed up. ArtCo, glad you're here. Steve Mack, all right. Drone Life RC, all right. Thomas O'Sullivan, all right. Wow, you're up late. Let's see. Oh, Stream Elements, that's my, okay. Who else have we got here? Clayton Irish Vlogs. All right. Well, I'm welcome to the show. I hope you enjoy it. Drone Shots. Hello, Jody. Glad to have you in here. And let's see. Matt, our token millennial. We're always glad to see you here, Matt. And how's the weather up there, Matt? Is it cold there as it is here in Muskogee? Because oh my God, it has been miserable and cold all day. And 72. Okay. I see that Chris Hope said it's 72 there. Oh wow. So, yeah, good to see everyone. Cold, drizzly night. Yeah, it feels like Seattle. I know what you're saying. Okay. It was 90 there, Mitch. Okay. Wow. Didn't make it all the way down to you. Okay. Who else have I missed? Let's see. Did I miss anybody else? It looks like I got everybody. Let's see. DJM Films. Hello, Dennis. How you doing? And Jim, I can never forget you, Jim Hightower. You are a special person indeed. And did I see Steve Carpenter? Bob Casey. Hello, Bob. How you doing? Let's see. Did I see that somebody said hi to Steve Carpenter? Well, I know he said he was going to try and get in here. Oh, there he is. Yeah. Hello, Steve Carpenter. Welcome. Watch while you're heading home. All right. Good, 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 good. Doug Ertel. Okay. Welcome. Okay. That looks 27 degrees was a high today in Denver. Well, it was about 20 degrees higher than that here. But, anyways, I just thought I'd do this for Halloween. You know, tonight I didn't really have planned out because I just, didn't know what I was going to do. And I knew there's probably going to be a short show. But I am going to try and maybe bring in a guest or two and see how that works out, maybe one at a time. So if somebody would like to come on and just maybe fill in the other chair, let me know. If I don't have your email address, I can post it. Post the link. I think I can. Where is it? Background start end. Okay. Oh, there we go. Yeah, let me get this real quick. And so, if anybody wants to just step in here and have a sit down, I thought what I thought would be fun to do because, you know me, I never plan anything. So, oh, hey, I did. Oh, let me see here. Okay. Oh, feedback.
G'day, how you doing?
I'm doing good. How about you?
Well, I just thought I'd share with you. It's very spooky around here.
Yeah. So you're watching my show then?
That was all. I just wanted to share the sound with you.
Yeah.
Share
Well,
the love.
I didn't even think about putting sound effects. I mean, I do have my skeleton that walks across, but anyways. And by the way, that
Well,
comes. You know where
in
that
that
comes from?
library, scary metal horror sound and scary sounds.
Oh, okay.
There's lots of them there.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I got the one. I got the skeleton from there in that library. So, anyways, uh,
Yeah.
but I didn't expect to see you on tonight. But
I got my days wrong. That is tomorrow, not
oh,
today.
okay. Well, that's. I don't know if that's whether I should say good or bad. Either,
Yeah.
it's not pleasant either way. So, anyways, okay. I want to uh, move on with the show. Thank you, Greg, for calling in.
Okay.
All right.
See you. Bye.
Bye. Yeah. You guys know that. He does that all the time. And here's what I was going to say. The reason I said some of the stuff I did to Greg is Greg lost a friend this last week. And he didn't think he was going to be able to do the call in today because, like he normally does on Mondays, because it was the funeral. Thanks, Dennis. I appreciate that. Yeah. I've been working on it, and I've got some more to do. This is set up for Halloween. I've got a different studio set up for, yeah. I got a different studio set up that I use when it's regular, but this is what I'm using for Halloween right now because I I basically saved the wrong. I saved an empty set over my old set, which and I did it like 2 hours before I was supposed to come on. So fortunately, I did have a backup. Not of that, but I did have a backup of, and I will be making a backup of this one. So I have two versions of it, and I think I'm going to start doing like what Greg does. I'm going to save it with a new date, okay, and change the date, and so the current one will be the one that I used last. Then I can get rid of the 1 week before. So, uh, uh, anyway, now, anyways, if anybody wants to come in and talk about Halloween, what was your favorite Halloween? Somebody post some stuff up there. I would be glad to have you come in and talk about that because that's what this show is about tonight. Uh, okay, I had to look and see. I've lost track of my site, so uh, there we go. But anyway, so uh, hey, Art, you want to come in? Let me send you, or Mitch. Mitch, you're always welcome to come in. Or, uh, let me, one of you say which one you want to come in. So, and I would be glad to uh, have you on. But, and if you don't, that's okay too. You know, I can do a show for an hour. I did want to talk about a couple of things. Uh, I had some news. Let me see if I can find them. Where are? Ah, there it is. Okay. Yeah, this is. Let me see if I can do a screen share of this one. Okay, this was something that some of the guys might know about. I just found it interesting. So let me add an input. Uh, NDI desktop capture, local desktop. Google Chrome. Actually, let me do this first. And what is that? Okay. Okay. Well, that's not it. So we'll close that one. Click yes, and we're going to do another one. And I'm working on fly here, guys, so just have to D D D D D D D D D. Let's see. Okay. Why is that not doing that? Oh, display 2. Desktop capture. There we go. Okay. Now, let me see if I can do this. You know, I said there was no. I put in hashtags no drones tonight, but this is some news. This is more along the military uh, type of thing. And well, let me bring that down. So, okay, I'm going to bring this over, and this is one of those things where you look at it and you go, size matters. This is one of our drones. It's an Air Force drone. And, you see the pictures and stuff, and you think of them as the small ones. But look at the size of this thing. I mean, this thing is huge. That's what a military drone looks like, That's that's the height. I mean, that's just, look at, I mean, you see the guys walk. Well, you see the pickup truck there. It's a stand. It's like a Ford F-250 or F-350, and it's an F-250, I think. And it's pulling that drone. But look at how big that thing is. I mean, that's just amazing. So, anyways, that's all I had in the way of news tonight. I planned on doing a whole lot more, and let's see. Okay, Matt. Well, I'm glad you stopped in for a little bit because I know you probably had a lot of other things to do. You could have been doing, and yeah, Mitch, that's what that is. You got it. Don't we all? I don't know. I suspect because it looks like it's got. Let me see if I can bring that back over again. Because somebody said that, Bob Casey, you mentioned the payload, so let me look at that because that is something I know a little something about. And let's see. It looks like it's got a single rack underneath, which probably means it probably has one on both sides. And I don't know if it can carry it, but if they put a TER, which is called a triple ejection rack, on there, they can put 3 probably 500 pounders, or they'll probably just a single load like this would be like a 1,000 pounder, you know. And there go my wonderful dogs, knotheads. But anyways, yeah, that would be interesting. I've seen some of these loaded up. A lot of times they'll put rocket launchers underneath that, but it's got a, it's probably a, I can't tell real good, but that's probably a Mal 50 or 60 bomb rack. And, that's what I did in the Air Force. I worked on weapon systems. Exploration Obsessions, hello, glad you're here. And I appreciate you joining. But anyways, let me do something here real quick. All right. Okay. Give me just a minute here. Okay, I sent that off. Oh, Coast to Coast Drones. Sorry, Lord, I was off. Having many daydreaming. Then I was enlightened a moment, and I knew I was supposed to be somewhere. Well, I'm glad you're here. But Art, I sent you a link if you want it, and so feel free to join in. Yeah, I'm just I'm just kind of doing a light show tonight because I had to get up early. I had a late night last night, and I just it was Judy had a rough time last night, and she's had kind of a bad time this evening. So it's going to be a modified show. I'm going to try to go the full hour, and but you know, some of the stuff I've been doing because you guys have noticed I'm back to vlogging 5 days a week again, which is part of what I wanted to do is get back to vlogging, and you're all here as if you had somewhere else to be. Yeah, well, that's true. Yeah, and we're always glad to see you here. Uh, uh, all of you guys. I mean, every single one of you. I appreciate you coming in. I mean, it means a lot to me, and yeah, that's the other thing. I'm not on my game right now because we're still waiting to hear if uh, we won't know until Friday. But I will say, I see somebody. Let me bring them in. Make sure. Uh, all right. Do you guys have the same problem I do? Let me. Well, let's do this. Let's do this.
Yeah, let's do that.
All right. There we
Yeah,
go.
I'm here. I'm here.
All right.
How do I sound? Do I sound okay?
Sound perfect. Sound
Good,
perfect.
good.
Uh, so,
I've got
thank you.
the,
Yeah.
the
I,
backdrop reset up. Now I don't have to worry about gaps and all that stuff. And I don't know if you saw this, but I did an OBS test yesterday, and
I
I
caught a
think,
little bit of it. Yeah. I saw that you'd done a
right.
test. Yeah. Excellent.
Hmm.
Excellent. Steve Carpenter, no, I did not vlog from the dentist chair, although I have done one from the dentist chair, but not today. Uh, Good thing is this is the first time, and I don't remember when, that I didn't get my butt chewed out by the dental hygienist for not, taking care of my teeth properly. Of course, I
Ah,
mean, there's not a hell of a lot left. They're all porcelain caps now. Uh, Actually, the one that's furthest and hardest to get back to is I got this poor little guy back here in the back. He's my last molar, uh, top or
right.
bottom. He's the last one I got back there, and turns out I thought it was a cap, you know, a crown. She said, "No, it's not, but it's in good shape." And I said, "Well, okay, uh, whatever." Hello, Gramp, Mister Stay Drunk. Uh,
Oh, hello, Grant. Hey,
uh,
good. So we're talking about Halloween tonight, huh?
yeah, well, I'm not going to be. Yeah, obviously, I'm not going to be around doing a show on Halloween. I think Ken Heron
Yeah,
does
no,
his on Halloween,
I
so
understand.
I thought I would just talk a little bit about Halloween and you know, I guess I could have dressed up as the bunny rabbit again, uh, but I just didn't have the energy. I literally lost my whole set. I actually deleted
Yeah,
it.
yeah, I heard about
Oh my
that.
God.
Oh
But
man,
fortunately, I was working on this set, the basic setup, because I've changed up, because I wanted to put my campaign poster up front. And
okay,
so I was working on this set and
right,
last week, and I actually was going to present it last week, and so I thought, well, no, I ain't got time for that because I was late getting in, and so I just hurried
right,
up and used my old set and had to clean up a few things. Wanted to put this backdrop, wanted to, you
right.
know, bring Skeletor, you know, walking through,
Yeah,
and yeah, it was. That's the way I walk every morning when I get up.
yeah, yeah. Sometimes I do that too.
So, what was one of your favorite Halloweens?
Well, it wasn't a favorite, but it was a memorable one. About 6 years ago, I went to a Halloween costume party at a rock club down in Parker, Colorado, and I happened to be dating this girl from Honduras,
Oh,
and
okay. Yeah.
well, I did it. I proposed to her right there.
You
So
proposed to her on Halloween or at a Halloween
yeah,
party.
mm-hmm.
Okay. I take it didn't work out.
No,
Yeah.
no, but it was well, let's just say I have a lot of fond memory.
Yeah, well, yeah, I suspect you would. That would it definitely make you remember Halloween every year. You know.
Yeah. Hmm.
How old were
Yeah,
you?
every year on my Facebook feed, I go, "Oh, yeah, I remember. I was engaged on the 26th of October. Yeah,
Right, right.
2013."
Let me roll that back just a little bit. See, I haven't adjusted any volume levels or anything, so I hope I'm not blowing everybody's eardrums. X Country Adventures, welcome.
All right.
And of course, Oz by Drone and I
By
Adventures, and
drone.
anybody else I missed that may have snuck in while I wasn't paying attention. Uh, yeah, and I want to thank, whoops, it's over here. I want to
Right.
thank Glenn Thunderbird 6 for these signs. They're
Right.
just kind of hanging there right now, but they will have a better place of honor. And But I really like them. That you know, but so how old were you when you quit going trick or treating as a kid?
me, me, probably in my early teens,
Yeah,
maybe.
yeah.
Yeah.
I think 12 was my year. I will never forget the year that my last time to go trick or treating. I mean, it's one of those things. Me and my buddies all got together and we were traveling through the neighborhood, and we were 12, 11, something like that, because we all were getting big enough. With all right, we probably need to do
Yeah.
something different. You kind of come to
Yeah.
that conclusion, and then the
Like
parents
Tiki
say,
in the neighborhood. Yeah.
uh,
Soaping
yeah,
windows.
yeah, yeah. You start
Yeah.
doing other things more malicious. I mean, more fun.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah.
but the reason I remember that is because uh, we got mugged.
Oh,
For Yeah, we got mugged. We ended up in almost a brawl before it was, because there was two of them and they were bigger than us. They were like ninth graders or maybe even
oh,
freshmen, and here we were, just I think we might have been yeah, I think we were sixth graders, so we were about 11 or 12.
uh-huh.
And they come up and started knocking us down to take our candy. Well, we got back up, and I can't remember what I was dressed up as, but I know whatever it was, I smacked the crap out of that guy. We ran him off, but we lost our candy. Well, part of it was is because we were using our bags to smack him up the side of the head with. Word of advice: paper bags are not meant for that. This is back in the day when you carried paper sacks around. You didn't have these fancy
Oh,
plastic
yeah.
tubs, and you know,
I
you
remember
know,
that. You
back
get
in
the bottom wet and everything falls out.
yeah, exactly, yeah,
Yep.
yeah. But that
Hmm.
that was my last time, and that was in Denver.
Yeah.
I
Oh,
got
boy.
yeah, I got mugged in Denver on Halloween in the year oh,
Wow.
1902 or three, something like that. It was why I remember it. Well, I remember it because I was God, I was mad. Oh, I was ticked off. And but it is what it is. But yeah, that's the one I remember. And uh, I'm trying to think. I I remember another one, and I decided to dress up as I put on this wig. It's for all my hair really turned white, but it was
Right.
it was white along here like this, instead of
Right.
all the way up now. And so I pulled it out, like this, and put on a bald wig that had more hair sticking out,
Ah,
and put on a lab coat because I'd worked at the lab, and so I had up at the VA, so I had a lab coat. And those were the good old days when you could go out trick-or-treating. Exactly, Steve Carpenter. Yeah. And so I went, I dressed up as, I put on a stethoscope and, that I had from a blood pressure kit, and I played a mad doctor.
Oh.
Well, my brother-in-law came down, and he dressed up as Vampirilla, with the big, but he was like,
Oh.
300 pounds. I mean, that was not something oh my God, And so there's a picture of me holding my stethoscope down in there and it's like,
Ah.
it was about 3 years later we found out he was gay. Man, I tore that
Oh.
picture up. Yeah, he was like, no, 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 and it's okay if that's what floats your boat.
Hey,
That's cool,
Lloyd,
okay?
remember that Halloween?
Yeah, no. There's a lot more to him than that. I won't go into that. He's my ex-brother-in-law as far as I'm concerned. He's, but that's another story for a different day. That's something we can talk about on Crime and Punishment on your show one day.
Oh.
You
Is he working at the fudge factory? And
that's where he needs to be working.
He's a fudge pack.
Yeah. Thunderbird 6, trick or treat means something totally different when a girl asks you on a street corner. Yes, it does. Yeah, those kind of tricks are a little bit different than the. Yeah.
Well, I did get a lot of treat when I proposed to that girl.
I'll bet you did. Did I see that? Back from. Hello, Carlos. How you doing? I hadn't seen him lately. He's kind of been. I didn't see him. I haven't seen him on your show the last couple. Well, we didn't have one. Are you feeling better? I didn't even think.
I'm feeling much better today.
I'm
not running as much.
Well, you asked if I saw your test, and I remember you saying you put out that you didn't have a show because you were sick.
Right.
And then I saw you did the test because you texted, or you'd said that we weren't doing one, and which that was fine because I really needed the rest yesterday, anyways. But then I saw you did that test, and you said you were going to go play with your OBS and on your Linux machine. So did that work out okay?
Yeah, it did.
Good. Well, I saw the picture. I saw the picture, and I could see why you chose not to have your show yesterday. You look like you just weren't filling up to snuff,
Yeah. Well, when I did the show Saturday, if you watched that, you probably saw that I was switching back and forth between Sean and then the two of us. Well, my nose was starting to run. I didn't want people to see me blowing on camera. So I switched to where Sean was big on the screen while I was taking care of my drip, and then I would switch back and bring back the both of us. So
yeah. I noticed you doing that, but Sean was a very interesting dress. I was just laughing at what Steve Carpenter said. Or not laughing at what he said, but thinking about. Yeah, he says we had one house that would set up every year their garage and carport as a haunted house, lights, sound effects, people dressed up, even coffins too. Those were the days. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, I noticed. Yeah, I noticed you kept switching back, but he was very interesting to listen to.
He was.
Yeah. Speaking of being, because I'm trying to stay on I'm actually trying to stay on my topic today. If you noticed,
there you go.
I'm not working very well at it, but with the Halloween thing, I was thinking about one other Halloween, and Steve reminded me of this. Back in my younger days, when I was in the service, I was out in Arizona, and I was married to my first ex-wife. I've had more than one ex-wife, so I can say she was the first ex-wife, and we had our little boy and our two little boys, and Paco, who has come in here Apollo's Grace that comes in here, wrote my theme song.
Oh, okay.
Okay, he was just a little guy, and the church. This was back before churches stopped having Halloween parties, and
No.
you know, and it was a Pentecostal church. I was one of the associate pastors
Right.
there. We set up a haunted house, and it went through. They had this stage, and they had this old back area back there, and some back rooms, and you
Right.
could start in one side through this old church and go up through the rafters and back down, and it
Uh-huh.
was actually
Oh,
how the
cool.
ministers got from their office to the other side and back again. And but it was perfect for setting up a haunted house, and they had an old sewing table that where you lift it up and the sewing machine would come out and then you put the thing
Yeah.
down to set. All right, they had one like that, but all the bottom was taken out. So I
Right.
got I I I set up a tablecloth, okay,
Right.
and that hung over the side of it. We set a silver platter with a dome on it, okay,
Oh,
and it
okay.
would say lift, and there was a card or say do not lift. Everybody would lift it. Well, sitting on there, yeah, in a thing of blood was blood all around it was somebody's head, and it was my head.
Right.
And of course, I just have my eyes shut, then I scream at them. Of course, the girls would jump. Well, Paco just looked at me. He started laughing. He says, "That's my daddy." Just ruined the whole effect. But that's one of those things I remember with him.
Yeah.
And
Did your church have a rectory?
no. Oh, but yeah, okay, yeah. But that was back in my younger days before I became such a
Right.
crotchety old fart. Actually, I think I was crotchety back then too. But
Right.
yeah, but yeah, I was the associate pastor at that church way back when,
Mm.
and we had fun. That was before, this is back in the '70s. Is back,
Right.
well, in the '70s is when you had the hippies, you had the Jesus freaks. I mean, Jesus was all over the place, and it was a whole movement of its own. It was like the hippies that didn't want to smoke pot, so they became Jesus freaks. Some of them, I think, smoked it and became Jesus freaks because of it.
Yeah.
They did something else when they saw God.
Yeah.
But that's I've diverged again, but yeah, it was another one of those squirrel moments. Oops.
Well, I do have another Halloween story. I
Okay.
think I was about 6 or 7 years old. I was dressed up as a skeleton. I had one of those cheap plastic masks that
Yeah.
has the
Yeah.
rubber band around the
Right.
back.
Right.
Well, we lived in an apartment complex, and there were apartments all around us. So we went to this one complex nearby, and there were a few steps you had to go up to this person's door.
Right.
And I had the mask on, and I took a step, and my toe caught the edge, and I did a face plant right
Ooh.
into the
The
landing, right on
Yeah.
the cement, and got a big gash right here. I still have the
The
scar
scar from
from
it.
it,
Yeah.
and then they ran me home. They took me home and washed me up and put ice on it, and all the kids started. They gave me some of their candy, so I had a great big bowl of all kinds of candy.
Yeah. Back in the days, kids would do stuff like that. If a kid was sick
Yeah,
and couldn't make it, everybody would take a percentage of what they had, a couple pieces
right.
here, a couple.
Hmm.
If the whole neighborhood pitched in and the parents
Hmm.
threw in a little extra, from around the neighborhood, uh,
Right.
a kid that couldn't make it out there would, uh, but it's not like that anymore. It's become you know, And of course, a lot of people, don't know the background behind, the witches and bats. That's just part
Yeah.
of the thing. But they don't realize that Halloween stands for All Hallows Eve,
Hmm.
and that's Hallow Evening, and it's before All Saints Day, which is November 1st, and
Hmm.
it's also why they celebrate Day of the Dead. You know,
Yeah, that's right.
it's all part of
They
that.
do that in the Philippines as
They
well
do
as
any
Central
of
and South
this,
America.
yeah, any places that have the Spanish influence, Day of the
Right.
Dead,
Hmm. Hmm.
tends to, especially Catholic, Spanish
Right.
influence, a lot of that. So
Now here in Colorado, it's called Halloween.
Halloween, yeah, that is that that says about
Yeah.
right. Yeah, yeah.
Hmm.
It's
Where the
it
candy is has some special treat in it.
yeah. So, Judy and I like to that, and that reminds me, Judy and I like to watch uh, British mysteries, or we're watching one that's an Australian mystery series. It's a television series that was on, I think, from 2013 to 2016 or something, and it's called Miss Fisher's Mysteries,
Uh,
and it's
that where
based.
everybody goes, crikey!
Yeah, yeah. Well, it's not that bad, but of course, I talk to so many Australians, I don't even notice it anymore. The accent, I just, uh,
Right,
but after a while, you just get used to it, and that stuff, you forget about it. But uh,
right.
the one of the things was uh, this was in the time period of after World War One, about the early
Oh, that's a
1920s.
knife.
No, that's a knife.
That's a,
I don't have one.
that's a big freaking pocket knife.
Yeah, it is.
I bought some fishing. Anyway,
Yeah,
okay, let's go
those are good
back to your
fishing knives.
movie.
Okay.
Okay,
Anyways,
World War
it goes
One,
back to it goes back to actually your
and
candy.
back, and
So her cousin came in and he made some special fudge.
ooh,
Yeah, and
from
she told
Uranus.
yeah, and well, she told the the lady's companion that works with her, she's sort of a maid and everything. She said, "You don't want this," because she's young, and she says, "You do not want this." And says, "Okay." And the butler, he's an old guy. He was he was former Australian intelligence with during World War II. He's a proper British butler. He looks like
Wait a
Alfred. He's
minute,
got
you
the
said it
bald
was
head.
takes place in World War One. How could it be World War
Did I
Two?
say
I'm
World War
confused.
II? Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. It's back. All right. It's in World War One. He was in. Okay. And
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
yeah.
All right.
All right.
Gotta keep you.
Thank you.
God,
Keep me. That's
straighten
why
me
I've got you
out,
on here to
Lloyd.
keep me straight. Keep me straight. It's
Yep.
one of those moments again. Oops.
Otherwise, I'm gonna sick evil Ken on you.
Yeah. He's
Uh, Headless Ken.
Is he lost his arm too, or is he carrying something under it?
No,
Oh,
that's the
that's his.
FT Aviator.
Oh, okay. Is that what that is? But anyways, so the old butler, gets hold of the candy because
Okay.
he at night or in the afternoon, everybody's away from the house, and he sneaks in and he finds the candy because he just had fun. What was so good about it? He took it, he tried it, and like, okay, that's pretty good. And he takes another one.
Mm.
He ended up 4 pieces. And the next thing, he's standing out with his pant legs rolled up, and he's just waiting around in the fountain. And they go to get him, and he runs around the yard, and the two guys that help her out, that are her drivers and basically the muscle for her organization. They're chasing him down, and it is hilarious. Finally, the aunt says, her aunt, it was her son that had made that fudge. Says, "Well, what is wrong with that fudge? Why would it affect him like that?" She goes, and this just goes to show you the time and the place. Well,
Right.
it has hash in it. Yeah, it
Oh.
had hash, and it's a good grade of hash.
Mm.
Obviously, now it's pot. Back then it was,
It was
it just
called.
Yeah, it was hash. You know.
What was it? Fudge or brownies?
No, it was fudge.
Wow.
Yeah,
Hmm.
that's what they said. I can't imagine fudge.
Okay.
I would have thought brownies. I mean,
Yeah,
I've
I've
had
had
some of those
those
brownies.
brownies.
Yeah, I have too in the '70s. Oh my God, that was the worst.
Ugh.
And that's nasty
Oh, I
tasting.
know.
Yeah, like
Yeah,
oh
it kind of
yeah.
tasted like somebody
Well,
dumped an ashtray.
hash does have kind of uh, a syrupy substance on it, so they might be able to boil
Ah,
it out and get the oil out of it and use it like CBC oil
okay.
or something like that. But it's
Okay.
it's hash. But anyways, I digress as usual. So I just had to tell
Hash.
that story when you was talking
I've
about
had hash browns, but not.
yeah, yeah. I've hash browns. Yeah, I've had hash browns too. Uh, and I'm not going to tell you why I know about hash, but let's just say I did not partake. Okay.
Well, we know you watched that episode of Barney Miller.
Yeah, that's it. That's it. Yeah, I watched that. Yeah. Yeah, you can put cannabis in almost any food. But the
Yeah.
thing is cannabis today, the way they've got it set up now, I
Hmm.
mean, back in the '70s when they cooked it in the brownies, they just took the pot, just ground up leaves and
Yeah,
stuck it in the
they
brownies,
just
and it was
ground it up and
nasty. Yeah,
mixed it in, and
yeah, it was not good. Yuck.
no, but
I tried it one time and was like, what in, oh,
yeah.
But anyways, that was my one time of trying it, and I took one little bite of it and was like, oh my God, this is nasty. I didn't get
Yeah.
enough to do me any good, so, and it tasted nasty. I said, no,
Yeah.
that's okay,
Yeah.
but, anyways, but yeah, uh, what else is good? So what do you got planned for this next week, Art?
Well, let's see. Saturday I got Tater's contest,
Yes, I look forward to
and
seeing
I'm
that.
still working on a guest for Sunday. Halloween I'll probably just stay home. Uh, my RoboMaster might be in by then.
Oh, okay, cool, cool. I was
Mhm.
I was laughing at what Carlos says. He says, "I'm surprised Lloyd knows about different grades of hash." Uh, you and I'll have a conversation one day. I'll tell you why I know so much about it. Okay, but
You gotta remember, Lloyd's a world traveler. He was in the Air Force,
I was in the military
so
and
he's been to places where
yeah,
they got stuff.
yeah. Well, yeah. It's yeah. I know it for a
Yeah,
different reason, but I will explain it. I'll tell you off camera one day,
yeah.
Art, and I will also talk with Carlos about that sometime. Yeah,
Wow, look at all those poppies.
yeah, yeah, exactly.
Yeah, yeah.
Once he receives it from Kelly, yeah, yeah. I don't think we'll probably, to be honest with you, Art. I don't know if we'll be seeing you once you get that Robo Master, because you're gonna be spending all your time building it and playing with it, and you ain't gonna have time for the rest of us. But anyways, so but yeah, uh, I was trying to think what else I want to talk about tonight. There really wasn't a lot because I just, like I said, I had one of them days, and it's just, and to be honest with you, my mind just isn't quite until I. The good thing is I told him, I said, if something comes up before we come see the doctor, please let us know. And they said they
Mhm.
would. And I haven't
Right.
got a phone call from them. So,
Okay.
and yeah, I will take the fifth on that. Yes, T Bird, I will take the fifth.
Yeah, that
Uh,
kind of fit.
or I'll change the name so it doesn't incriminate the innocent.
There you
Uh,
go. Mhm.
but, anyways, but yeah, it's just been, I got cold today because I had to go up that. RVA hospital sits up on a hill. Okay, now this is a
Yeah.
place, they never thought it out, but this is a place that is it's an old old Baptist hospital that was built in the 1890s. You know, it's
Oh,
actually built before statehood, and then
yeah,
they kept. Well, we didn't become a state till 1907, so that's why I say it was
that's
built
right.
before our. It wasn't built
Hmm.
before the United States, but it was built before Oklahoma statehood, and so, anyways, they. Hello, Rick Halber. Glad you could make it.
Oh, welcome,
Uh,
Rick.
uh, Steve knows what I'm talking about. Yeah. So,
Mhm.
because he and I have talked before a lot about that. But anyways, uh, uh, this hospital sits up on a hill, and it's cold. It's old. You got steps now, and the parking is atrocious. Uh,
Right.
they finally, they've got shuttles. When I used to go up there years ago, you had to walk half a mile just from
Wow.
But you got to remember, most of the people going there are disabled. It's not
Yeah.
well thought out of. And the other thing is some of the parking lot that they did have up there has
Right.
well, you can't use it anymore because it's on the backside of the hill, and
Oh.
it's falling.
Woo.
Yeah, it is. Yeah,
Yeah.
it literally. They've had to go in there and put some supports to hold up the backside of the hospital. So,
Oh
I
boy.
yeah, and they just spent millions on this thing to add a whole new surgery ward at the other end
Wow.
instead of building a new
Right.
be a bad trip we're all on. Yeah, yeah, it could be. It could be a bad trip we're all on. We're sharing it together.
Yeah.
I was reading what Thunderbird said, but and hello Gary from Brand Aerials.
Yeah.
He popped
Hello,
in.
Gary. Good. Good to have you in.
It's always good to see him. And
Well, Lloyd, you remember Ridge Home when you lived here in Westminster?
yeah,
Okay, that was a an institution for the retarded and
yes, yes,
mentally disabled.
yes,
It was a
yes,
kind of an asylum, and
right,
and sadly, it was also a place where if people, parents that had really disabled kids they couldn't take care of, they
right.
just dumped them right there, and
Yeah,
uh,
yeah. That it had a bad reputation.
yeah, it did. And my school bus always went by that every day, and it looked creepy.
Yes, I
And
know,
we
I know.
always said, "You better be good. You might end up there."
That's.
Yeah.
I think all our parents did us that way. I was threatened with the same thing. You know. Even my teacher said, Ridge Home out there, it's better. You keep going this way, they
Well,
might have to put you in there. Like, real what? That place was, it was
yeah,
creepy.
it was built in 1910,
Yeah,
and it did have a functioning farm uh, back in the day.
back in the day,
And
yes.
but yeah, it closed down, I think, around 2005, and now they built a Target on there, and not too far from there is Red Rocks Community College, which is up the hill, up by the where the railroad tracks used to
Yeah,
go,
yeah,
right at
yeah.
the top of the hill. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. All right. Yeah. Yeah, I wouldn't even recognize that place out there. I wouldn't recognize,
Yeah.
you know.
Mhm.
I look at some of the aerial images, from on Google Earth, and
Right.
I just I don't even recognize it. Although
Right.
I look at my house, and I used to think my house was huge. Now I look at it, and
Right.
it's really small. You know, I mean, well, it's not that small because it had two bedrooms upstairs and two bedrooms downstairs. Had a full finished
Okay.
basement, and
Oh,
it had a large kitchen. And man, you everybody's seen the old commercials from the 1950s about the push button, what the future is
right.
going to be, right? And now you're looking at
Right.
going, and it ain't nothing like that. Well, we had one of those kitchens Our stove, you just pushed a button. It was an electric stove. You pushed a button.
Right.
There's four, off
Mm-hmm.
and low, medium, and high. It was no
Right.
adjustable dial. It just push a button, and of course, it was turquoise. Those were the colors you had. That whole
Right.
subdivision over there, and it was part of the Pearl Max subdivision, and
Right.
the guy that built that was originally from Florida, so he went with Floridian type color. So it was turquoise, gold, and avocado.
Oh yeah.
Nobody
Yep.
had a white kitchen. You got those three
Mm-hmm.
colors, and burnt orange. I forgot there was burnt
Oh
orange.
yeah.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah,
Yep.
yeah. Fiesta
Yep.
ware colors. if you look,
Mm-hmm.
if you know what old Fiesta ware, uh, that was the plates that were multicolored.
Right.
Uh, I'm trying to think, were they glass or were they ceramic or were they plastic? I can't remember. I think they were ceramic,
Yeah.
and but yeah, they were Floridian colors, and this guy, that's what he
Wow.
designed that whole thing for, you know. And
Oh
oh my
boy.
God, those windows! They had they came down, then went in, came down, went in. Okay, and then you just pushed a little. They were an anti-theft window. You pushed a little thing over in there, and the only part of the window that opened up was about about the width of the window. It's the full width
Oh,
of the window, and a little thing about that wide. And it just
right.
dropped down. It was the part that went. Like I said, they came down and then went back in and then came, and
Oh,
that's the only airflow you could get through those windows,
okay.
which is good in the springtime in Colorado, but
Right.
especially if your bedroom's facing the Rockies, because that wind comes barreling out there.
Yeah. Yeah. That's right.
but
Well,
I, for
well,
some
my
reason,
apartment is on. I live. My apartment is below ground,
right,
about 4 feet below ground, and I'm on the northwest side, so I don't need air conditioning here. It doesn't get really hot, but all the other folks that live on the other side of the building, they
right,
all have to have uh, fans or
yeah,
uh, air conditioners because it gets hot on that side because the sun
right,
shines on that side of the building.
yeah. Well, my bedroom was always the northwest side, and
Right.
until we moved to Grand Junction, then became the northeast side.
Uh,
I always got the coldest room in the house. I think that was
right.
planned. They didn't want me to stay around that many more years. It's like, so, uh,
Right.
all the
Oh,
electric
here.
golden medallion homes. Yes, yes. I
Yeah.
forgot about those. Yeah, yeah, yeah. And
I do
ours,
have some old car trivia for you.
okay,
Did you remember the air unit, the heater and air unit on the car?
right?
Okay, it was named after three Jewish guys.
It was. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, hi Norm Matz.
Oh, that's good. That's good. Okay, watch that, Carlos. Okay. The only reason I know those colors is because I've been married long enough. My wife's told me those were the colors she did not want in our house. Sounds like a retired gay interior designer with those names. Okay, yeah, yeah. You had to have grown up then to know about it. And but yeah, it was our stove was a General Electric, and uh, those were. I mean, they were considered. Yeah, avocado. Yeah.
Yeah,
That's that really bud ugly green. I got it in my kitchen still. This
yeah,
house was built in 1973, which was,
yeah,
it was a resurgent from the sick colors left over from the
yeah.
50s. Yeah.
The Brady Bunch.
And
The
there's,
Brady.
yeah, exactly. And there
Mhm.
is Metro Drones. Welcome.
Oh, hey, Bill. Good to see you.
Yeah.
Metro Drone.
Yeah, that was good seeing some of the clips and stuff that were out there. To everybody taking their spin up, and
Mm-hmm.
I, you know, as much as I would
Yeah,
like to have been there, I couldn't go. Do what?
I was in a lot of those.
You were, yeah.
Mhm.
You were just mugging for the camera, Art. You know you were. You're just stand-up comedian. You're used to, like, oh, camera, oh. Yeah, you are. You know, you can't deny it. I mean, you were always trying to get screen time. You know, so yeah, any screen time you could get. Yeah,
Yeah. Well,
yeah.
now it's green screen time.
Green screen time. You know, I never even thought, but I probably could have. Actually, let me see. We just got a second or two left, but I want to go ahead and
Okay.
let me see. There we go. Okay.
Oh, you're not going to bring the fire?
No, no, I don't have that on this set yet. I have
Oh,
not.
darn.
I have not done that, but
I wanted to do my amazing world of Arthur Brown. Fire! Dun, dun,
yeah,
dun,
no, I don't
fire!
have that one on here yet. So
Oh, hey, that
there,
word, say cool.
there we go.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I
Well,
like that.
I didn't get it perfect, but I got it. Let's
Well,
see.
Mitch has the perfect music for me when he brings me on. It's that kind
There we
of
go.
church gothic
Right.
sound where they go, ah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah,
Oh,
yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, he does have it. I do remember that. Anyways, there you go. Whoops.
oh, thank you. Now I've
Now
got
I've got
that
you.
weird look on my face.
Okay. Let me see if
Uh,
I can change some of that.
that episode of Star Trek,
Yeah.
The Lights of Zatar.
Yeah. Well, it's one of the
There
two
we
things.
go.
Well, you're going to have
Feel
to put
that
up with that shadow
shine
back
there.
there. You got a shadow
Yeah,
over your shoulder there, and
yeah, I see
that's the
that.
lighting.
Like,
You need to have when you get ready to do it. You need to have lights that are parallel with your shoulders. Okay, that point
oh, okay.
behind you. You should have two lights pointing on your back wall and one light pointing on you, because that's
Oh,
it's,
okay.
it's triple lighting. So if you
Okay.
have that, because you want to highlight the back wall the most, because or the green screen, that gets rid of any
Right.
shadowing. So,
Yeah.
but that's a well, if you want to, you don't have to do it right now. I just saying when you get ready to set that back up, that's something you want to look at. So
Where's that switch? Ouch! Oh,
I'm sorry, I don't mean to laugh, but
There. How's
ah,
that? Got rid of the
got rid of
shadow.
it. Yeah, yeah,
Yep.
yeah.
Now
Got
just
rid of
need
it.
to move
Oh,
my
now,
microphone.
now you change.
Oh,
There you go.
there we
Have you?
go. Almost. There we go.
There we go. Yeah, that's better.
Yeah.
There you go. Yeah.
Cool. It looks like I'm floating.
Yes, it does.
Floating. There's
Well, what I could
happening.
do, and let's see
Now
if
you
I
can
can.
see what kind of shows I like to watch. The
There you
regular
go.
show.
Yeah. Let's see. There you are, right there. Oops. Okay.
Mordecai. Rigby. Hey, Rigby, do me
Let
a
me.
solid.
Let me see. There we go. And here's what I'll do. I'll just lower you right
Yeah,
there,
there we go.
and
Oh, that's much better.
do a little cropping right there. A little
Feel
cropping
like
over
I'm
here.
looking
There you
over
go.
your shoulder. What are you doing?
Yeah. Yeah. There you go. Now we
Mm-hmm.
got you set. That's
No,
that's
that
how it.
looks good.
See,
I like
that
that.
is. Well, hello, Jim from Video Call-In Show. Listen, if you guys have not seen the Video Call-In Show, you need to check him out. That guy he's got the patience of a saint. He's got far more patience than I do. Uh, no, I do not use makeup before the show. You're stuck with this is. Uh, no, I'm this creepy all the time. No, this is not an artificial one of them latex masks. This is really what I look
Yeah,
like.
it's not Clockwork Orange.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah. I notice when you move your hands, your hands catch the light, or your body turns. But
Oh, okay.
yeah, yeah, he's less floating now. Yeah, there
Yeah.
you go. Yeah, yeah. Don't
Okay.
cross yourself in front of the witches, because that's what's causing it to fade out. Yeah,
Oh, yeah. Ah, the bag started getting in
yeah,
my hair. Ouch.
yeah.
God.
Uh, well,
Wow, that
Art,
that witch looked like Bette Midler.
backward
Remember
called.
that?
Okay, do what? I got lost again. I looked at the
Oh,
chat.
okay. You remember that Halloween movie that Bette Midler did with uh, Kathy Najimy and
Oh,
Sarah Jessica Parker.
yeah, 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 yeah.
Yeah,
Uh,
what was the name of that
is
movie?
oh,
Witches, I think it was, or something like that.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, and they had the young Sean Murray
Oh,
before he
okay.
was on NCIS.
Okay, yeah, 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 yeah. Was it Hocus Pocus? Was that the one?
No, that was
No,
a different one.
that was a
You know
different one.
what?
New hat. I don't. Is that the hat? Oh, is it? Well, I'm glad you got the link to that. I'm going to have to go check that link out. See if that's my hat. It is. Wow. Okay, I'm going to have to make sure. Yeah, thanks for putting that up. If anybody wants a Grumpy Vlogger hat, that's the link for it. Uh, I had lost the link to it.
Oh, it
So,
was Hocus Pocus.
huh?
Yeah, it was Hocus
It
Pocus.
was Hocus Pocus. Okay. All
Yep,
right. Okay.
1993.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
Yep.
Well, anyways, Art, we've managed to waste another hour of these good people's time, and it's been fun. I just wanted to come on for a little while and visit, and just kind
Yeah.
of,
Well, thanks for having me.
well, hey, anytime, Art, anytime. And I appreciate you jumping in here real quick. I just was, I had, you know what I'm going to do? Let me do this. Just so you guys can see what this looks like, I'm going to bring this up and let me make sure I've got Art's sound on.
I said,
Yeah. That's the hat, folks. That's the hat. That's the Grumpy Vlogger hat. Now, that's the dad hat. And there's
Dad,
also the trucker hat, which,
Trucker.
yeah, which I like because it gives you the formable top, you know, and, this is the
Oh,
back of it, See, it's got the
okay.
open mesh, all right?
Yeah.
And this one has
Party in the
the,
front,
yeah, well, it has
this
the
in the back.
solid back. That's the dad hat that has the solid,
Oh, okay.
you know, and, but anyways, there they are. Uh,
Cool.
so, anyways, let me bring you back over here. And, I think what I'm going to do is we've just hour and, I've done an hour and 18 minutes now of this show, and it's been fun. And just remember, guys, this is all for fun. We just here to have a good time and enjoy it.
Yep.
And I never take myself too serious. So, Art, again, I appreciate you coming on. The only time I take myself serious is when I'm talking on your show because we're talking about
Yeah.
serious subjects, and that's
Yeah,
a.
that's right.
Boy, I was kind of disappointed you didn't have your show because I had some good stuff I was going to fire up
Oh,
with.
well,
You know,
save it up for next Sunday.
I'll forget it by then.
Well,
I'll
write
have to
it
watch something.
down.
Yeah, that's just so much
Write
work.
it
You know
down. I mean,
that.
you got
That's
Word on your computer.
yeah. I do. Actually, I've started making
Yeah,
notes on my phone because I
there you
always have my
go.
phone with me, and I'm starting to make
Good,
notes on
good
that so I
idea.
can, you know, uh, because I can always transfer them off my phone onto either my iPad
Yeah.
or that. So, and for those of you that don't know, that on November 1st, Oklahoma will be a constitutional carry state.
Ooh, yeah.
So, yeah, yeah. I hope nobody's stupid enough to go out.
Hey!
Just remember, when you shoot off a gun, what goes up must come down.
Let's come down. That's right.
You know. So,
Mm-hmm.
if you're from Oklahoma and you do constitutional carry, be safe. You know.
Yeah.
Uh,
Mm-hmm.
I just renewed my concealed carry because I've got to look at the law, and I will have some information about that for the people that watch this from Oklahoma, on what the law says. Because my understanding is you still have to have a handgun license to carry it concealed, but I may be wrong. And but I'll have that information next week, or maybe I'll talk about it on your show a little bit because we're
Okay.
we deal with that kind of stuff on your show. But anyways, guys, thanks everybody for showing up here. I appreciate it. Shoot down the Amazon delivery drone. There you go. About time, Oklahoma. I know.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, I'm
How about Sean's tampon drone?
do what? Sean's who?
Sean Oz tampon drone?
Oh yeah. Oh my God, that was hilarious. Ah, Scott. Scott, I see you're in here. Thank you for dropping in to say hello. I appreciate it. Now, if you want to see somebody's Scott Fisher, I'm not sure how you say your last name. I'd say Fisher and the T was silent, but I may be wrong. But you got to watch him. He's a very interesting channel. And same with Jim from Video Call-In Show. Both of them just very impressive. They put out very impressive content. Make me look like a slacker, to say the least. But anyways, with that said and done, I think what I'm going to do is I am going to start the timer again. And but before I do that, let me make sure that I have this set up
Yeah, and
so
you
that it
save it.
goes properly. Let's see. Okay. Because I ran into that problem, and I think what happened was. Let's see. Stand by, Grumpy Vlogger commercial. Ah, there we go. That's where the mistake was. Okay, that went to the commercial. Oh, I know what I forgot to do. I forgot to set the commercial. No, it was supposed to go. I don't know why it didn't do that. Oh, I'll bet. I know why. We'll just make that to where it goes right to the commercial. Grumpy Vlogger open instead. It will go to
And hit the like button.
Grumpy 2020 commercial. Okay. And don't forget to hit the like button, guys. And when this one is over, it will go to the main shot. Okay. With luck, everything works. And remember, guys, all of this stuff down here, you can find me on Facebook. There's my name, Grumpy Vlogger. Don't forget to subscribe, hit the thumbs up, ring the bell if you want to be notified of some more of this fantastic content. And remember, treat everybody the way you want to be treated, okay? Be nice.
That's
I'm
right.
stealing from you, Jim, a Video Call-In Show. But just be nice to everybody, and have a good rest of the week, guys. And I will be back with one final thought after we get through with the close down here. So, Art, again, thank you so much for stopping in.
It's been a pleasure.
All right. And I'm going to start it now, and we'll be out of here as soon as this is over.
vlogger. I'll gripe and complain longer. Please do me the adieu and kindly view me on YouTube. Me the adieu and kindly view me on YouTube.
Well, that didn't go as planned. Again, I got some fine tuning to do on this set. I'll figure it out though. Thanks everyone for stopping by. Have a safe and happy Halloween this week. You guys take care of yourself, and I appreciate you stopping by. I really do. Very enjoyable show, and thanks again to Art for stopping by. And anyways, guys, like I said, have fun. I'm out of here. Bye-bye for now.